Friends. So I'm here today to do challenge number 2 for the Counterfeit Kit Challenge. And I'm using a kit that's pretty winter based. Yet I'm not going to be scrapbooking a winter photo. Well, I mean, it was probably March-ish because there's no leaves on the trees. I'm using this photo here and there's not leaves on the trees, but it's definitely not cold out. So this is a photo of my daughter. This is my daughter right here, and she was involved in a women in business mentorship kind of a program with her university. She had to interview several times to be a part of it, and then she was paired up with a mentor, and they met once a month for dinner, for questionings, like career advice, all that kind of thing. And then later on, this photo here, and this is taken at Oakland University, that's the clock tower. This photo here was in a business publication that some previous coworkers of my daughter's like, oh my gosh, you have to see your pictures in this publication. So that's kind of cool. So that's what this photo is here. And out of the papers that I have, like I said, they're rather snow and cocoa-y. I liked this for my background, and I have some pieces that I've already cut into, and I want to use this sketch right here as the sketch I used today, and see how there's all these different pieces. This is the first sketch in Christy's Beautiful Life, her current sketch series, sketch number 1. Current being November sketch series. So I thought I'd start here and see where I go throughout the month with different layouts because she always picks the best sketches. So I'm going to use this, and let's see if I put it right about, oh, that's a glare. That's not going to help you. I'll put it right here. There. I'll put it right there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and use this and start using this to scrapbook with, and I think I'm going to concentrate for now on these papers that I have already cut into. That's kind of how I tend to go along with my layouts. I find a background, I'm like, and the first pieces of paper tend, not all the time, but tend to be the products that I've cut into, unless something is glaringly perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and start scrapbooking and voice over the next part. So here we go. So one of the things I liked about this sketch is you can definitely use your scraps with it. It's, you know, it's kind of like blocky piece of paper, or a 6x6 paper pad would also be perfect for it. But I do have a number of papers that have already been cut into, so they are officially the scraps of my kit, and I'm going to do my best to use up, I think I concentrate on 3 different pieces of paper and use them in the 3 different clusters, and I do that a few different times. So this little birdie paper is my background. Now it is not super sturdy. It's like that light to medium weight cardstock, but it's sturdy enough that I will be able to just put it into a page protector and it'll probably turn out just fine. I'm going to use this really great color. It's aqua with arrows, and once again I'm going to get a couple strips for my top cluster as well as my side cluster with that. So it'll end up marrying the 3 clusters pretty darn nicely. Once again, grabbing the 3 colors, and I'm going to do, I mean, especially for me, a pretty good job with keeping this towards the sketch. I mean, a lot of times I veer right off, and you can barely tell that it had anything to do with it. It just kind of sparks the creativity. Now, I'd like to apologize, like I do in many videos, that you hear somebody snoring that is not your dog or your husband. It is my dog laying on my lap because I'm doing a voiceover, and I swear they know if I'm doing a voiceover. They rush in and plop down, and we just have to enjoy the musical stylings of his nose. Okay. So I have all these little pieces cut up, and now I'm just going to start getting them into place so I can do the fun parts, which is the decorating bits. I've gone ahead and attached my 3 clusters. And I did go ahead and pop up that photo that's matted in black. I popped it up on just a little bit of fun foam to give it a tiny bit of a shadow. And now I'm creating these little tag pieces like you see in that sketch down below. And I did have this piece of paper. It's a stone cocoa paper that I thought had all the colors that are in the kit, yet it is not, it doesn't look like winter. So I'm going to go ahead and mimic the tags that you see in that sketch right there, as well as up above on that upper right hand cluster. Now the main challenge for the Counterfeit Kit Challenge number 2 was these great little twinkly lights, and they were on the one of the pattern papers had these great little, I don't know, like fairy lights, twinkly lights, whatever you want to call them. They were a strong feature in one of the pieces of paper, and I had remembered that I had these little pieces from, they were in a Jen Hadfield collection. So I had both the sticker piece as well as the chipboard, so I decided I would use both, and look at how cute they are. So I'm going to have some different texture and dimension with them. And I didn't want the chipboard to be hanging off the end, so I just kind of popped off that extra little cardstock sticker piece and added it as my end little light. Now, the Maggie Holmes gems that you see right there were not originally in my kit, but they were literally next to me, to the left of me, ready to be put away, and they fully mimic the little bow that's on the tags right there. So I was like, okay, the colors work, the gems work. I'm just going to sneak those in for right now because they did, they worked perfectly. So I'm going to go into my little embellishment box right here and see what I can work into my layout. I had this nice cut apart label sitting right there. I'm going to see if this black camera will work since I do have the black touches. I have little black stars. So yes, clearly everything works. Now love this. I originally put that in, but I will end up peeling it off because I didn't like the shine on it, I guess. And it kind of had a different vibe. It was like just super whimsical. And this situation with this mentor program, I mean, it's an honor that my daughter got to be a part of it and to learn from somebody that is just a little bit older and wiser in the industry and all that kind of thing. So yeah, I decided it was just a little too whimsical, so I will end up peeling that little piece off. So and see that I ended up liking that we are in this together, since it's women working together in business. And that seemed a lot closer to the mood and feel that I was trying to pick up for this. Yes, I end up fighting often with my ATG gun. Sorry about that. I had this adorable little birdie piece that happened to have been in my box of goodies here, which I thought was great because it mimicked the birds that are on the page. And they're totally different manufacturers, but they really, really worked. This little piece I'm using right there, I believe is from, oh gosh, maybe a Chamel cut apart, or not Chamel, but a Chamel cardstock sticker sheet, I believe, and it's maybe, box of crayons. But you know what? The colors worked really, really well for it. So that was cool that worked. And inspiration also works for the story I'm trying to tell right here. And you see that, I mean, I have all kinds of different little goodies, and I try not to limit myself with what I can use. Like, I have color drawers that have all those different bits and pieces in them, and that's what most of these things are from. Now right here, I decided to go ahead and mimic my cute little lights that are up above, and by using this great little banner piece below my photo, and I do think it adds just a little bit of fun something. I don't use any of the other pieces that were on that piece of wax paper. Now I put those together, might have been a year or two ago, but it does work. So I'm going to go ahead and use these great holographic alphas that I have here. I picked those up at Tuesday Morning recently, and I'm going to write the word mentor because it is a mentorship program. And in 20 years, will probably want to know a little bit more about this story, and then that will definitely give us the information that we do need. Oh, I'm also going to go ahead and put the links below for the Counterfeit Kit Challenge Facebook group as well as the blog. If you want to check it out and play along and see what the absolutely talented and creative group is up to. There's also a Instagram channel that you can go ahead and pop on to if you need a couple extra ideas. Now, I did decide to go ahead and grab 2 more of these gems that are in this kit, and the reason why is the bow gem that is on the right is such a strong element that I wanted other things that had that same kind of vibe to them. So I went ahead, and I believe I'm going to move one of the hearts though, because I wanted it to be moved kind of around the page, not just in 2 spots. So, phew, I feel like I'm racing through this because this layout came together so quickly and it was a lot of fun to do. I also always really dig doing layouts with products that are kind of meant for something else. Like this, I put it together to be like a wintry vibe kind of a kit, but so far I've done 2 layouts with it that aren't necessarily like playing in the snow kind of layouts. Right, so you see right there that I'm going ahead and moving that gem right there, and I'm putting, I believe those are doodlebug hearts. I went ahead and just switched out that gem and moved it over and used a couple of the doodlebug hearts on this that I included in my kit. Now these are these gorgeous snow and cocoa little puffy bits. And they are very snow oriented. So I did see if there's anything I could add on, but it did not go great. I have these, I think these are Kelly Perky, I think. Just these little flat alphas, and I write my daughter's name on the side just to add a little bit more to my cluster. I'm assuming I'll know who it is, but who knows? Maybe generations in the future would want to know the name of the girl on the right. So, I don't know if I told you before. I think I did. That blurred out bit in the back of the photo, that's at Oakland University, and that is this gorgeous clock tower. And there's gardens beneath it. It's a really beautiful setting, but it's kind of one of those things that the campus is known for. It's a landmark there. And behind them as well is some of the business buildings. So it's a great scene that they went ahead and took the photo in. So I'm showing you that I used some of the Heidi Swap Color Shine, and I believe the color is Butter. And that's about it today. So thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys so soon. Bye-bye now.